Hello, welcome. Welcome to blissbee.me. My name is Deborah O'Neill, and I am the CEO and founder of blissbee.me Integrative Holistic Health. Let's take a nice clearing breath while we arrive. I've got some new lighting that I'm working with, so I'd love your feedback. I started with this little tiny ring light that was ancient from when my daughter was taking selfies and I was planning to do some video lives, probably at least 4 years ago, maybe even longer, maybe 5 years ago. Anyways, lighting was all the rage, so I had ordered this. Well, it's gone kaput, so as you can see. And I don't like to necessarily buy things unnecessarily, so I'm working with some lighting that I had for doing my paintings to offer some full spectrum lighting so I could see what colors I was actually working with. So here I am trying it out. It's a little bit blinding, but I'll figure it out as I go. Anyways, welcome to the Ajna, the 6th chakra, and the element of light. I went to put on a dark blue t-shirt today, and for some reason I just could not put on a dark blue t-shirt today. I feel really drawn to the lighter colors. And remember, we talked about that. We talked about bringing in the colors into our environment because we are a reflection of our environment. Our cells mirror, our environment mirrors into our cellular body as well for our health. And I truly believe health is our wealth. So here I am in my light colored shirt. And just a fun fact, since we're coming into the summer months in the Northern Hemisphere, mosquitoes are not attracted to light colors. So going to India, it was always important that I bought and dressed in light colors so that we had less chance of being bitten by a mosquito, which means we had less chance of being infected from whatever the mosquito may have been carrying. Okay, with sound, take a nice big clearing breath. Inhale. As we work with this inner environment, we put ourselves in a position for transformation. And this area, this Ajna, offers that transformation. It's our place of insight. It's our place of opposites. It's our place of symbology, of illusions and delusions, but also into our intuition of what we have a direct knowing of, where we may receive some answers from unseen possibilities, unseen forces that may be your guides, archangels, angels, spirits. There's a lot of different names for perhaps helpers that are with us. And you can believe that or not. But if you don't believe it, I invite you to be curious. Be curious. I often talk about when my mom passed and I came home from the care home and I brought her pillow with me because I was laying beside her as she was passing. So I was hugging her pillow outside, really for my own security. Now what? Now what do I do? Right? Now what? And hoping that she makes that clear and direct path to the light, to that consciousness, to that vibration, to that next level of knowingness. And I said, give me a sign. Give me a sign you're okay. And this white butterfly flew by. And it could just be coincidence. Some people can look at that and say, that's just hogwash, that's just coincidence. But I make my own choices. And I have my own knowing. Because I've done it enough times. I've experienced it enough times. I have my own evidence base that I have a clear knowing. And some people call that woo-woo. But you know what? I think with all that I've studied, I've yet to find anything that I would classify as woo-woo. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here, because I have such a strong knowing that this work is so, so important. It's an important part of our healing process. And trust me, I don't think there's a person on this earth that couldn't use a little healing, if not a lot. And healing is also, I believe, health. We're healing, our cellular body is healing and reproducing all the time, eating up the old cells, producing new cells. It's a regeneration. So we can call healing a regeneration. So Barbara Brennan, bless her soul, I hope that she's still in good health, says that a very important part of the healing process is the building of faith and hope. And as we've seen on the involution, where the vortex goes down, it gives us all that stuff that we work with and where we create our own self-sabotage, to that evolution side, where the spiral is going up. This is what we've been working with in this portion of the body, working from the bottom up in the evolution. And as we are evolving, we're better prepared to work with the involution of stuff, where we try to recognize and witness our self-sabotage, where we we witness where we're going into that hamster wheel or that washing machine, you know, when we get all that chaos and story making in our minds, where our minds become the ruler as opposed to our higher self, our higher consciousness. So it's building the faith and the hope, and the faith in yourself and your internal resources. So if I asked you, what's your most important internal resource? What would you say? You'd be like, what? I would hope by now you know what an internal resource is. For starters, it would be your breath. It would be the blood, but the blood needs to be oxygenated in order for it to carry the nutrients to the rest of the body. In 2012, was it 2012? Maybe it was 2011. The crash after the Olympics were here in Vancouver, BC, Canada. And I was a designer for event planning. And my company just went, and there wasn't much celebration going on because the bottom had fallen out of the economy. And I was doing very large $40,000 private parties in lovely homes and stuff. I wasn't really working in the other side of the event market. That was my niche. And then I had a 15-year-old that decided she wanted to hate her mother. And it was a tough time. It was a tough time. And it wasn't for me recognizing that I needed to live for me, not somebody else, not for my business, not for my children. It was then that I realized, when I woke up that next morning, because I had some pretty delusional thoughts the day before, that I wanted to live. So I started to live for my breath. I started to live for my mind, going, whoa, where did those thoughts come from? That's crazy stuff. But when I went to yoga the next morning, I stood there at the top of my mat, hands up in the air, and I took a deep inhale, and something just hit me. It was like, I am so happy to be able to breathe today. Thank you, Miss Deborah, for not going through what your thoughts were thinking. I created that hope. She says to take care of yourself, with the internal resources and in your ability to take care of yourself and create what you hope and long for in life. A hope for a new world order. A hope for humanity. hope for the planet. And faith carries you step by step through the dark tunnels we all traverse in life toward the hope for the fulfillment of our longing. Some circles in the Vedic and the yogic world believe that desires are not something we want to focus on. I went through a lot of years not wanting for anything because I felt that that was non-attachment. It was important for me to want. It was important for me to find that resolve and that goal or that sankalpa, whatever you want to call it. It's important. Because she writes, the only sin is in the illusion that you find yourself in. The only sin is, and I'm not preaching religion, I'm reading from a book, Barbara Brennan, and I know that she's trying to get to a point here, so just follow this bouncing ball with me. The only sin is forgetting who you are. Do not judge your desires. Hold your desires as a most precious part of yourself. The part of the pieces of your life that need to be illuminated. Now meditate to find a way from your personality desires to your deeper soul's longing. So the desires can take you to a deeper soul longing. Longing for peace, longing for love, longing for safety. We go back to that hierarchy of needs. And remember, you're connected to the great plan of salvation that is unfolding on this earth. As you heal yourself, so earth heals herself. It connects healing your pain to your life path. It's a wonderful thing to use when your faith is being tested. And here it is. Now, this book was written a long time ago, and still the message is so relevant to whatever time frame we can look at in a period and section, a situation in our life. It's fully, completely relevant. So that's what she gives us as some insight for the process and guidance in your life, in my life. And it's just her written words. It's just an offering up to us, to you, to create a greater curiosity as we step into this unseen world. I love how she articulated it, because it's a slippery slope to try to find that understanding. So I read from her, I read from Anadea Judith, I read from Oshman, I read from a whole bunch of authors that I love and respect and have studied. And I share it with you because one thing may be that one point may be the one that drops and says, I get it. I can chew on that. I can put that in my wheelhouse and try it on. Because it is about our transformation. It is about my transformation. My evolution, your evolution. It allows us growth and exciting. When we can change our reaction to a situation where we go, wow, I handled that really well. I am that person that I admire and how they handle situations. I am now that person. Let's bring our feet on the floor and go into that grounding and centering and aligning. I thought we'd try it a little differently today. I did it a little differently, and I thought, okay, let's try this one on. So it's the same thing, bringing your imagination into your feet and down into the earth, and turning on your sensory and engaging your deep diaphragmatic breath all at once. One big synchronicity of things going on to create this request for the directive for them to receive Mother Earth's energy, and bring it up the legs and into the hips and the lower pelvis, feeling the safety and the bounty and the nourishment of Mother Earth as you breathe it up through the torso and into the lungs, still expanding and rolling back your shoulders into your hands, down into your hands, and bringing it up into the neck and the head, and now centering the body at the same time, and taking it now straight up, that fine line to divine. Straight up to that fine line to divine. Do not detour. Creating that hara line from the center core of the earth, up through the body, the spine, the head. Fine line past the solar system, the Milky Way, into the universe and the cosmos. And connecting with divine creator source energy. Asking and receiving this gold and white light as it comes down this fine line and into the portal of the Sahasrara and into the body, into the head, and feeling that lightness, that sparkle of that white and golden light energy into the gateway, into the voice, to give you the voice to speak thy will, into the heart and the region and the lungs as we expand that with self-love and love for others and all beings, Mother Earth included. And down into the torso and the hips and the legs. Feel that sensory. Do you get some truth bumps? Do you feel the energy coming in? Is it lighter? Do you feel the feet on your floor? Are they grounded in those 4 points? Spread out those yoga toes and allow them to suction onto the floor for even greater stability. And if you feel that you need some protection today, if you feel that you're vulnerable, if you feel that you need even more, then bring down some golden white light and allow it to cascade on the outside of your body. On the outside of your body, making like this semi-permeable blanket around you, this divine creator source energy. Breathe in that light. Breathe in that golden white light. And be with these two places and ask what you want to know. What miracles should we perform today? What is it that I'm here to do? I'm asking for your guidance from all those that love me unconditionally. Let's bring in our mantra, Soham, and take some time together here in stillness as we bring the mantra into the mind. Inhaling on the So, exhaling on the Hum. Into this vastness, this pineal gland, this pituitary gland, this hypothalamus. Oh my goodness, once I've said it wrong, it's hard for me to say it right. Hypothalamus. Goodness me. Giving us a larger perspective, a broader vision. Helping us to see the struggle between the ego and the repressed instincts. This sixth chakra brings a synthesis of both. It allows us to see clearly and define our clarity. Inhaling So and exhaling Hum. Smooth breath in, smooth breath out. Breathing up into the third eye and down. You can imagine it coming into the nostrils, touching the third eye, the brow, and cascading down to the, and inviting it to touch your toes, the breath, because your toes needs as much oxygen as your nose. But no stress. This isn't to be stressful. This is to be gentle and graceful, like you're pouring oil from a cup. Inhale through the nose. Feel the coolness on the nose, and exhale from the nose, feeling the warmth, the breath on the nose. No noise, no judgment. Thank you so much for sitting with me today. I've posted recently that we've got about 3 weeks left here in these daily Facebook Lives. I want you to know what an honor it has been to be with you. And I want you to know I'm not going away. I'm opening a private monthly membership. I'd love to offer some deeper dives. I'd love to know what you'd love to see in the back end of that monthly membership. I'd love to do some group healings once a month. I'd love to offer you a yoga series that once a month you can try on and see if you like it in the foundations of the Himalayan tradition. Our offering today is faith. Faith is the surest guide in the darkest days. I love what shows up. Never forget that you are not alone. The divine is with you, helping and guiding you. They are the companion. He, she, they, there is the companion and the friend whose love comforts and strengthens. Have faith, and he, they, there, she will do everything for you. Faith is the surest guide in the darkest days. I'm going to say using the he so that it's not broken up. Never forget that you are not alone. The divine is with you, helping and guiding you. He is the companion who never fails, the friend who love comforts and strengthens. Have faith, and he will do everything for you. Whatever faith means for you, however that shows up for you, that is what matters most. Because you define you. You define your beliefs. You define what it is that is important to you at this moment in time. And it shifts. Give yourself permission to change your mind. You are the boss. I love you. And with that, be curious. Spend some time in meditation and figure out for you where it is that you want to be and how you want to represent you in this world today. I love you. Make it a great day.